Cleanup efforts continue today after this weekend storms left several parts of the Tennessee Valley damaged, including the Marshall County Courthouse. Our Kelly Kennedy tells us how the county is dealing with the aftermath.
I'm at the Marshall County Courthouse where crews have been working all day yesterday and today, clearing two huge willow oak trees that have stood outside this courthouse for over 100 years.
Yeah, 1919, there was 20 trees planted here on the courthouse property, and throughout the years, these were the last two remaining standing, and of course now they're fell over with the windstorm.
Officials say there's been a recent uptick in severe weather in the area.
Been unusual, seemed like the last several years been unusual.
And with significant flooding over the past couple weeks, the saturated ground has led to more large trees being knocked down.
There is an uptick in volume of work to be performed. A lot of trees that shouldn't fail in a straight line wind event, of course, are failing.
Crews started cleaning up at the courthouse around 8 yesterday morning when Marshall County Commission Chairman James Hutchison realized just how big these trees were. That's when he called Douglas Tree Service.
This is a bigger project than normal. Typically, we don't do 100, 150-year-old trees.
After being involved in the 2011 cleanup efforts, Chairman Hutchison says they've been short a budget for this kind of severe weather damage.
I got a courthouse and jail fund that I can use, or a general fund balance, either one. So we have insurance also. So probably will come out of the courthouse and jail fund.
Chairman Hutchison says the damage has not set courthouse operations back and that they'll repair the fence and clean up the monuments once the trees are removed. Putting the valley first, Kelly Kennedy, WZDX News.